What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brian Mello with Marty's Buick GMC and Chevrolet, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at this beautiful 2023 GMC Yukon Denali. So let's get into it. All right, today we're talking 2023 GMC Yukon Denali, and this thing's in onyx black. It is absolute beauty, $89,000 MSRP. Got the light shale interior, which I'll be really curious to see what you guys think of that. But as with most of my videos, we're gonna do a quick walk around the exterior of the truck. I'll show you some of the highlighted features there, and then of course, once we're done, I'll show you the window sticker and we'll go over the interior as well. But just to kick things off, I always like to show everyone the key fob. So here's your lock, your unlock, your remote start. Raise the liftgate, lower the liftgate, panic button, and of course we've got our GMC logo there on the back. Now, first things first, we've got the big bold Denali grille that of course everybody loves, but personally my favorite exterior feature is the LED signature headlights. I absolutely love the look. I think it's the best looking headlight of any OEM, and yes, I am justifiably biased, but you know what? Come on, I mean, they look so good. And one of the features I do like to point out, the attention to detail, things like the etching inside the headlight, the GMC branding inside the headlight, things that just add that extra luxury feel, especially for something like a Denali. If we look down low on the front bumper, you can see we've got our LED fog lights with the chrome bezel. We've got our front parking sensors, and then hiding underneath the front logo, you can see the front camera, and that is for the HD surround vision camera system, which I will of course show you how that works once we get inside. Underneath the hood, we have the 6.2 liter V8, 420 horsepower, and now we're getting a first look at the blacked out 22-inch wheels that this customer opted for as opposed to the standard chrome Denali wheels. I absolutely love this look. I think it looks killer. The only thing that ruins this look, and it's really not much we can do about it, is the amber marker, the little amber side marker. I think I'd delete that probably the first 24 hours I own this thing. I'm gonna step back really quickly just so you guys can see a full side profile of the truck. This is of course an XL. You should be able to tell by the size. It is a big, big SUV. We do have the power running boards. We've got the Denali badging right there on the door, chrome running along the length, chrome around the windows, keyless entry, of course. I mean, it's 2022 at this point. We've got the turn signals integrated into the mirror, and you'll also notice probably another camera for that HD surround vision camera system. Let's dive around the back. As we go around the back, you can see the LED taillights. We've got quad exit exhaust. Our trailer tow package is all set up. It's actually right there underneath that cover. We've got rear parking sensors. We've got your rear backup camera, and then you do have your rear wiper. It's actually hidden right underneath like this rear spoiler on the back, which is kind of a nice touch. It makes just the back a little bit cleaner. Now let's go ahead and open her up. I'm gonna give that one touch. You do have the foot activated opening as well. I'm so used to just opening it the old-fashioned way. Huge storage area back here. For anyone that has the non-XL, the standard version, you know you basically have from this line back as opposed to having all this extra space. You do have power folding rear seats, so you can take your third row. You need that extra space. You can just go ahead and give that a tap. Lays down nice and flat, gives you plenty of room to store whatever else you need. You've also got a full power outlet back here, and you can power fold the captain's chairs as well, all from back here. You've got some hooks in case you want to throw like a cargo net over anything. You've also got this section right here. This is actually for a crossbar. Once again, if you want to like hide your luggage or hide any of your stuff back here, you can throw a cargo net over that, nice and easy. Step back, I'm gonna go ahead and one touch there. Down she goes. And now I am recording this in 4K. I'm gonna go ahead and put the window sticker up on the screen right now. I'm gonna give you all a second. You can screenshot this if you're on mobile. You can screenshot if you're on computer too, but you know, save it, pause it, whatever you wanna do. And I'm gonna drop it and we're gonna look in the back in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's take a look in the back seat of this 2023 Denali. So here's your first look at that light shale interior. It is very light. Honestly, I like the look. I'm just not sure if it's something that I could live with. I would probably absolutely destroy this thing after about a week. Notice the cross stitching on the door. They've definitely stepped up their interior game. You can see the Bose audio system. You'll also see we've got the open pore wood trim up here. Just really nice. You also have a tweeter. You won't see this in the Denali SLT, in the standard Yukon SLT. Rear captain's chairs. Once again, beautiful white. I guess this is white, light shale. Leather, perforated, because they are heated back here. You've got the cross stitching. You've got this piping. more contrast. I mean, the seats are beautiful. They have come a long way. In the back, you've also got your HVAC controls. You've got 2 USB-C ports as well as a full power outlet. So when it comes to having places to plug in, there are certainly plenty of those back here. Your passengers should be happy, or your kids. Most likely it's the kids. Up top, and I'll give you a better look at this once we get up front, you can see you've got that big panoramic glass roof. But let's take a look at the front, because I'm sure that's what most of you really want to see. Now, fair warning, when we get up here, I am going to go through this relatively quickly, of course, at the end, because we could talk about this thing forever. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, or maybe I didn't highlight a certain feature, by all means, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to answer any of those questions as best as I can. As far as your controls on the seat, before I jump in, that's your adjustable lumbar. These are obviously your power seat. We can go back, we can go forward, we can bring this forward, bring this back, whatever you want. All right, let me just get comfortable here real quick. All right, over on the left side, so I'm just going to start on the left, I'm going to work my way to the right. So starting on the left side, we've got our power windows, power mirror, we've got our door locks, and then we've got our memory seat buttons. Get up here on the dash, we've got our parking brake, lane departure warning, parking sensors on or off, auto start and stop on or off, traction control, hill descent control, our 360 HD surround vision camera system. Then we've got our 15-inch multicolor heads-up display. We've got our four-wheel drive controls, our mode selector, gauge cluster brightness, and our headlight controls. These are probably, you're not going to touch all that often. I mean, let's be real, how often do you adjust your gauge cluster brightness? Your headlights mostly stay in auto, fog lights if you want to turn those on right there. Heads-up display. It's kind of hard to show in video. We might be able to get away with it a little bit. You can see it there. It's not actually blinking before someone thinks it's broken. It's just the way that the camera picks it up. You can see I'm moving it around in the windshield. Video does this thing no justice. It is huge in the screen. Like if I'm looking at it, using the navigation system is probably my favorite feature. But if you've never experienced heads-up display, I highly recommend you giving it a whirl, because it's really cool. It's one of those features you're like, do I need it? And then you use it and you get used to it and you're like, man, I just never have to look down at my gauge cluster anymore, which is of course the whole point. Going down here on the steering wheel, you can see we've got our heated steering wheel, forward collision alert. We've got our adaptive cruise controls. On the right side of the steering wheel, we've got our hands-free voice dialing. We've got this little rolly dial guy. It rolls through all the different information inside the truck. You can see brake pad life, oil life, driver assistance, your tire pressures, everything you want. You can do your audio, you can do your navigation, you can do your smartphone controls, and you can change this layout to a multitude of different designs. Like I usually do the right side, I like having the time and temp, and then we go back. I just think that's more useful than seeing a picture of the truck. Don't really care. Time and temp is probably my favorite thing to have over there on the right side, and then leave the compass there over on the left. Left side of the steering wheel, you can skip through your audio tracks. Right side of the steering wheel on the back, you have your volume controls. Over here on the right, you have your full color HD touch display. Hazards are up there on the top. This is actually to shift your transmission. So we're in park right now, foot on the brake. Now I'm in drive, back into park. I know a lot of people were really hesitant and hated this at first. It's really not that big of a deal, because I was one of those people that hated it, but after a while, it becomes second nature like anything else. I don't even think about it now. Hop in, go into drive, off you go. As far as your infotainment system, AM, FM, XM, satellite radio, you got Apple CarPlay, you've got Android Auto, fully integrated into Google, so you have Google Assistant, you have Google's navigation system. Works out really well. I've been using it in the Hummer for a while now. I have no real complaints. It's nice because Google has so much data. Let me just go through this really quickly so you guys can see what it looks like. Yeah. All right. So there you can see what the map looks like. Like I said, really nice system. I'm going to go home. I'm going to throw this thing into reverse really quickly so that you guys can see the HD surround vision camera system. So you can see I'm looking at a 360-degree overhead view right here. And then obviously I'm looking at the back. These controls here will change based on whatever you want to see. So right here you can see the yellow dot shows the back. If I hit that, now I'm looking at the front. If I hit this, overhead front, overhead rear. My favorite, especially in the Hummer because it's so wide, but this is pretty much up there, the curb hunter cameras. So if you're going to be pulling this thing tight up to a curb somewhere, maybe you're parking in the city, it's nice to be able to pull up tight to a curb and you can see both wheels on either side, so you can get really close without having to scratch those up. Obviously, you don't want to be buying new wheels. Who does? You got your trailer hitch cam. I said your overhead view. Plenty of different viewing options. If you hit or back into something here, guys, it's going to be your fault. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. Below that, I'm going to go ahead and hit the home button. Below that, you have your HVAC controls, obviously your audio controls, so your volume dial, your power button, your heated seats, your ventilated seats, rear climate control system as well. What else do we have? We've got our open pore wood trim in here. Open this up. We've got a USB, a USB-C. We've got a power outlet. We've got our wireless charging mat. Of course, we've got cup holders because you can never have too many of those. One of my favorite things in this truck is this has the power sliding console. So you've got your big console here. I'm going to hit the button. It is right above. I'll go up without, I wasn't going to drag you guys to have to see the button. So your button's right here. You're going to see, I'm going to tap that. Back she goes. And it actually reveals a little, I call it a secret compartment, but how secret is it now that it's all over every video on the internet? But you get this little secret compartment here. And it also, a lot of people don't realize, it'll actually send these cup holders way back here so that your passengers that are sitting in the captain's chairs can actually utilize these cup holders without reaching, spilling, things like that. So just a nice little feature there, optimizing your space. I'm going to step here and just give you a look. I'd just like to give everyone a look at the whole truck. Better look at the dash, the sculpting. You can see like the sculpting right here across the dash with the wood grain trim. It just looks really nice. I mean, it's a Denali. It's supposed to be a luxury truck. It's supposed to give you that luxury feel, and I think this thing certainly does that, and it does it very well. Above us, I'm going to go ahead and hit this and open up the big panoramic roof. It does open. You can just take my word for it. I'm not going to do it right now. You've also got your programmable garage door openers in here. You've got your LED interior lighting. You can fold the back seats from up here. You've got your, like I said, the power sliding console, and then your OnStar buttons as well. And that is pretty much the quick-ish, what do we have, probably the 13-minute mark or so here, the pretty quick rundown of this 2023 GMC Yukon Denali. If you haven't seen the Yukon Denali Ultimate video that I shot, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to that right here. You should definitely check that out. See what you think between these two. But as always, I just want to thank you all for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, by all means, drop a comment down below, and I will be happy to answer those as best as I can. And one thing I didn't mention in this thing is you do have independent suspension all the way around now as well, which actually gives you more room in the back, which, you know, you can never have too much room for your passengers. But that's it, unless, of course, I forgot something. And I'm sure if I did, you guys will let me know about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, I appreciate you. Don't forget to check out some of my other videos. If you're looking for a car, truck, or SUV, check out Marty's Buick GMC or Marty's Chevrolet. Never ever pay over MSRP. We've never charged over MSRP because we actually want our customers to come back. If you're looking for any GM OEM parts, martysparts.com, and I will see you all in the very next video. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your week. Take care.